Hello there, and a warm welcome to everyone tuning in today. It is so good to have you here, especially if you have a few years of experience and wisdom under your belt. The fact that you are sharing your afternoon or evening with me means more than you know. Tonight, we are going to talk about how personal style can change and evolve as we move through our 70s and beyond, and I want to share 6 lessons I have learned along my own journey of rediscovering what it means to dress in a way that not only feels comfortable, but also brings an inner sense of joy and authenticity. When I first reached my 70s, I noticed a gradual shift in how my body felt, how certain clothes fit, and even how I saw myself in the mirror. Some of you may relate, especially if you have struggled with finding clothes that accommodate shifting silhouettes, decreased mobility, or simply reflect the person you are now. Perhaps, like me, you have opened up your closet one day and realized that what once used to look flattering or practical no longer does. And maybe, deep down, you wondered if style still mattered at all, if dressing up could still bring that spark of excitement or confidence that it once did. I certainly asked myself this question, and the answer, as I discovered through trial and error, through conversations with friends, and through many changes, was a resounding yes. You can, in fact, continue to enjoy clothes well into your later decades, and it can even become a new chapter of self-expression. That is exactly what I'm going to speak about today. We have 6 key lessons that I hope will encourage you to think about personal style in a fresh way. If at any point something resonates with you and you want to share your personal perspective, please comment "My True Colors" down below. Subscribe if you have not, and of course, like this video so that more friends can join this conversation. The first lesson came to me during a trip to my local store, where I was on a quest for a new pair of comfortable shoes. I used to think comfort meant giving up on style. I am sure many of us, especially if we have foot pain or issues with balance, have felt forced to choose between footwear that is easy on the joints or a sharper, dressier option. However, on that particular day, I discovered a pair of shoes that was not only supportive, but also stylish enough to wear to a family gathering. It was eye-opening to see that sometimes we limit ourselves by assuming only youth or only a certain body type can enjoy fashionable clothing. But with the right guiding principle of comfort first, I found that I could indeed look in the mirror and feel proud, confident, and pain-free. This realization sparked a new approach to dressing, one in which I genuinely put the health of my feet, ankles, and overall posture at the forefront. Instead of feeling that comfort was a compromise, I saw it as a way to explore a whole new world of brands or fashion lines specifically tailored to more mature women and men. That sense of discovery was invigorating. When you set comfort as a non-negotiable foundation, it frees you up to find playful colors, interesting patterns, and thoughtful details that keep your personality shining through. You are not giving up anything. You are ensuring your body is well cared for. That was lesson number 1. Moving on to the second important lesson, which has to do with accepting physical changes rather than fighting them. After I turned 75, I noticed certain parts of me had changed shape in ways that no longer felt flattered by some of my older clothes. My waistline was not defined the same way. My arms had lost some firmness, and my shoulders looked a bit narrower. This was challenging to face because we often view style as intimately tied to our younger silhouettes. But eventually, I found that when I let go of some of those old items that simply did not fit, I felt lighter emotionally. I realized I could focus on finding clothes that fitted the person I am now, rather than lamenting that I am not who I was 20 or 30 years ago. It is about self-kindness. For me, that meant donating some of my older, more fitted jackets and replacing them with structured cardigans that still looked put together but gave me room to move my arms with ease. Reaching for something that both fits well and feels true to your current body offers a deeply affirming sense of self-acceptance. It is as though you are telling yourself, I deserve dignity, and I deserve to feel good in my clothes exactly as I am now. And that, my friends, is a powerful message for anyone, especially those of us in our later years. Leaping to the third lesson, I discovered that experimenting with color can be a surprising source of renewed enthusiasm. There was a day not too long ago when I stood in front of a rack of clothes and realized I had grown a partial uniform of drab beiges, grays, and blacks. Perhaps I believed for a long time that neutrals were more practical or necessary because I did not want to draw attention to myself. Then one day, a friend of mine, equally in her early 70s, showed up to a luncheon wearing a brilliant turquoise scarf and a matching cardigan. She seemed to glow from the inside out, and I wondered, why not me? Why am I denying myself that pop of color if it lifts my spirit? So the next time I shopped, I picked out a linen tunic in a soft but warm shade of coral, something I never would have tried before, and to my delight, it brought a delicate flush to my skin, brightening my complexion. I immediately felt a difference in my mood. I was reminded that color can have a subtle but potent effect on our mindset. When we wear color, especially hues that complement our skin tone, we can look more vibrant, more awake, and that in turn nudges us to go out into the world with a bit more aplomb. You might worry about pushing outside your comfort zone, but if you are feeling drawn to a cheerful blue or a deep emerald green, give yourself permission to experiment. The results can be unexpectedly uplifting. Now let us talk about the fourth lesson, accessing help and building new style habits through community. When I realized I was not quite sure what cuts or fabrics best suited my evolving shape, I joined a small group at our community center that met once a month to talk about home styling, clothing alterations, or ways to adjust hemlines and waistbands for seniors. I cannot tell you how enlightening it was to bond with people in my own age range who faced similar struggles. Together, we discovered that lightweight fabrics that stretch or drape elegantly can reduce tightness around the stomach, that sometimes a V-neck top can elongate the neck more than a round collar, and endless other little tweaks. This sense of solidarity gave me fresh motivation. I looked forward to these monthly gatherings because it felt like a safe space to try new looks and get supportive feedback. And that is the lesson. Sometimes you need an extra set of eyes or a friendly push to see yourself in an entirely new light. Plus, in such a group setting, folks often exchange accessories or pass along gently used scarves or belts that might transform someone else's outfit. This communal approach to style reminded me that I am not alone on this journey, and friendships can be forged over shared experiences of figuring out how to adapt. It perpetuates that spirit of connection many of us crave later in life. The fifth lesson is all about choosing quality over quantity. I recall a period in my younger days when it was fun to chase every discounted trend or to fill my closet with items that might only last a season. That might have been exciting once upon a time, but after 70, many of us are more interested in having a well-curated wardrobe of items that truly hold up and that we genuinely love to wear. I have found, for instance, that investing in one well-made wool coat with a timeless cut is far more rewarding than a handful of cheaper jackets that do not keep me adequately warm or become shapeless after a year. When you purchase something of quality, you take care of it differently. You wear it with a sense of respect, and it often pays you back by lasting for years. Not only does this shift in priorities help create an organized, clutter-free closet, since you're not chasing every trend, it also means your clothing choices are more sustainable, environmentally conscious, and reflective of who you really are. This approach also reduces decision fatigue. In the morning, when you are selecting your outfit, you know that nearly everything in your wardrobe fits you well, suits your body and style preferences, and can be mixed and matched with other items. Less truly can be more, enabling you to rise each day with calm confidence and a dash of excitement about dressing yourself. If this resonates, I encourage you to comment, "My true colors," because these small but mighty changes in how we invest in clothes can lead to big gains in overall contentment. Finally, our sixth lesson centers on the little joys of personal expression. Those finishing touches that can say so much about your personality without requiring you to do any major wardrobe overhaul. I am talking about accessories, subtle details, or those small personal signatures that make you feel truly you. Back in my 70s, I avoided bold jewelry, thinking it was too flashy, but one day I inherited a beautiful vintage brooch from my grandmother. It was a piece with light pink stones and a delicate pearl in the center. On a whim, I pinned it on my simple black cardigan. My friend complimented me right away, remarking how the brooch looked like it was made for that outfit. Suddenly, I realized how a single accessory can transform the overall effect, making me feel put together and reminding me of the family matriarch who inspired so much of my life. That little act turned into a ritual. I started rummaging through old costume jewelry I had stashed away, or even picking up small pieces at local thrift shops. The same goes for men. A tastefully chosen hat, a watch, or even a patterned pocket square can speak volumes. Accessories may seem frivolous, but often they are cherished mementos or conversation starters, each telling a story of places we have been or values we hold dear. These finishing touches, in my experience, are an expression of gratitude for the life we have lived and the person we continue to become. They let the world know that, yes, we still care about how we present ourselves. We still have that spark of individuality, and we still have plenty to say about who we are. So these are the 6 lessons I have learned about evolving style after 70. Always honor comfort, accept and dress for your body as it is now. Experiment with color to lift your spirits. Find community for feedback and encouragement. Invest in quality rather than quantity, and accentuate your look with small touches that express your personality. If you have your own stories of trial and triumph about adjusting your style over the years, please join the conversation in the comments with Checkers My True Colors. This space is a place to uplift each other and share any tips, brands, or items that have made life easier or more fun. Before we wrap up, let us do a quick recap. We started by reminding ourselves that comfort is not a compromise. It is the bedrock of any outfit we genuinely love to wear. Next, we faced our physical changes without shame and embraced clothing that suits who we are now. We then talked about the power of color in brightening both our complexion and outlook. Along the way, we discovered the value of community and how a circle of like-minded seniors can help us see ourselves in fresh, affirming ways. Then we explored how buying a few high-quality pieces can save us from clutter, frustration, and waste. And lastly, we embraced the idea of adding personal flair through the accessories and details that speak to our history, creativity, and sense of individuality. My hope is that these reflections spark your own ideas and maybe encourage you to reopen that closet and see what new discoveries await. Thank you so much for listening with an open heart today. If you enjoyed our time together, please tap that like button and be sure to subscribe so you will never miss a chance to share in these stories. Leave your thoughts in the comments and do not forget to type "My True Colors" if you are feeling inspired to celebrate your own sense of style. Take good care of yourselves and remember that there is no expiration date on self-expression and confidence. I will talk to you again soon.